12 contestants were given their MasterChef apron and a shot at the title.
Are we ready for showtime?
Disaster.
Come on, boom.
These are the 3 exceptional amateurs who've made it to the finals.
I've been reflecting on the biggest moments of my life.
Hot, hot!
And this is right up there in terms of achievement.
I am so thrilled to be in the final 3. I will do whatever I need to do to win.
Blood, sweat and tears. I think that's what's got me here. I want it. I would love to win.
Over the next 3 episodes, the battle is on to become MasterChef champion, as they have to impress some of the world's greatest chefs.
Our MasterChef champion is... We have our final 3. Now is the time to raise their food to a level that they never ever dreamed possible. We're going to send our finalists to undeniably some of the best restaurants in Europe, the 3-star Michelins, which are the royal family of culinary tradition. What I want is a little bit of that 3-star magic to just rub off on our contestants.
This will be probably the most scariest experience, but at the same time, the experience that I'll probably be most proud of. I feel really honoured to have been given this opportunity.
To be able to say that I cooked in a 3-star Michelin restaurant is going to be brilliant.
We've done some really tough challenges and we've cooked in some amazing places for some really important people. But this is the next step. This is as tough as it gets.
Sending Tom to Alain Ducasse at the Dorchester, a famed 3-star restaurant run by one of the greatest protégés that Alain Ducasse has ever born.
Joselyn was made executive chef at the Dorchester when the restaurant opened in 2007.
I expect from my chef, it's the first thing. It's hard. Someday you're tired, but you want to please your guest. If you're on this way, you're on the good way.
After only 3 years, he was awarded 3 Michelin stars, an acclaim held by only 4 restaurants in the UK.
Joselyn takes ingredients and foods and influences from all around the world and reinvents them in a classic French style.
It's a winning lottery ticket. You just don't get these types of opportunities. And I'm going to take it and grab it with both hands and learn as much as I can today.
Hello, Tom. Well, nice to meet you. We'll try to do a little masterclass to start. Like that, I show you the philosophy about the dish of Mr. Ducasse.
To help Tom understand how food is cooked at this level, Joselyn will make his crayfish tails with girole mushrooms and pasta.
The masterclass dish is the spirit of the cuisine of Mr. Ducasse. A lot of good flavors, a lot of punch.
So now we prepare the crayfish. We're going to use the head for the sauce. The sauce is the essence of your dish. For me, it's important because it's the link between the garnish and the main elements.
It smells wonderful. I think the balance of the flavours is important and the way in which he approaches each individual ingredient.
We're going to cook the tail of crayfish, hot pan with olive oil.
You know, I'm just in awe of the effortlessness, how easy he makes it look.
Let's do some pasta. This will be a mix of spinach pasta and nature pasta. You see the thickness? Not too thick. Do some. Allez, try. You see? As much as possible in the middle. You see the difference? It was not perfectly in the middle.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a little bit under. That was good.
The precision and the attention to detail it's phenomenal. It's nothing I've ever seen before.
Next step is simple. Like that, I press a little bit like that. Make sure the shape is perfect. Now we're ready to plate. Now we add the sauce. The dish is ready.
Absolutely beautiful. I mean, it tastes amazing, and like you said with the sauce, you just bring it all together. You taste every element. Honestly, that was one of the best experiences, you know, I've ever had. The amount I've learnt in the, you know, last hour is just, it's phenomenal.
In Holland, Andrew is off to Oud Slice to work with wonder kid Sergio Herman. His eccentric approach and technical genius led him to earn 3 Michelin stars at the age of only 35.
My grandparents start here in this place. They have a restaurant. Afterwards, my parents came in here. They have a classic style of kitchen. And then I came in here. In the years it's changed because for me it's very important to have your own style, your own vision.
3-star Michelin restaurants are the best in the world, and I've got to somehow see what they do and try and do it myself, which is going to be a big test, massive test. Hi.
Nice to meet you, man.
Hi, Sergio.
Are you okay?
Yes, thank you, yeah.
Welcome in my kitchen. I show you one of my dishes. I can give you some inspiration. Eh? Good
Perfect.
Inspiration to go for it.
Sergio is showing Andrew his sea and land.
We have sea and lobster, cockles, a razor clam, we have a crab roll, and we have a crab cake. We have also to make a small jelly of crab. We put it over here. The Zeeland terroir dish is an inspiration for me because I think every week I walk on the beach. If you walk there and you smell the sea, you think about the products. You know that the oysters are in the sea and the crab and the lobster, and you see the sand. And that was for me the inspiration to make a dish. The combination is also with Zeeland oyster. I think it's one of the best products from here. A little bit sushi vinegar. Take the pork belly, have some Chinese vinaigrette, put some on. Now we're gonna go for finishing the dish. The chips of seaweed to make it sexy and nice. Then we make Chinese crackers of oysters. This is the effect of the sand. You have also the look and the feel of the sand, you understand? We finish the dish with frozen seaweed and lemon. Of course it's a match, because the combination is wonderful. If you want, taste it, then you have a very good impression of my food. If you eat it, it's very nice. You have cold, you have a little bit warm, you have the crunchy effect in your mouth. That's also my kitchen, to taste all the elements in your mouth. But that's our style of cooking.
It's spectacular. I mean, it's all the tastes and textures of Zealand. The food was beautiful, it was intricate, it was complex. It's like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, but in savoury food. It's just amazing.
Shalina has travelled to Bruges in Belgium. She will be working at De Mangeleer, a world-renowned culinary landmark that has been open for 30 years. Under chef patron Gert van Hek. The first Flemish chef ever to receive 3 Michelin stars.
I'm here the first in the morning, I close restaurant in the evening at 1 o'clock. Since 30 years, I think I never missed one service, not one.
Gert is a classically trained chef who has worked for decades perfecting his art, who has taken that culinary heritage of Belgium but includes world influences.
In a kitchen like this, there isn't any time for error, and whatever you do, it has to be perfect. That does make me really worried and nervous.
Hello, Selina.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello, Chef. It's a great honour to be here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We are going to see the kitchen.
Okay.
You follow me?
Chef Van Hek is making his legendary marinated mackerel with fennel salad and sea urchin.
I was the first one in Belgium who brought the mackerel in a 3-star restaurant. In Belgium, all fish was expensive. The mackerel was not expensive, and you can make something beautiful with it. All restaurants now are working with the mackerel. And that's it.
Lovely. Nice fish.
The mackerel is marinated with an infusion of lemongrass, ginger and chili.
So you put some tomatoes, some radish,
Lovely colour.
So we finish with what? Olive oil.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wonderful. It's very lovely. That's delicious. Oh God, I hope I do justice to the dishes. I really, really do.
Cooking in the world's finest restaurants is a privilege. And tomorrow, the 3 contestants will have the chance to do it. But first, the chefs have set them a test to see if they're good enough. In Holland, Andrew will have to recreate Sergio's West Flemish barbecue beef back in the pasture.
Every day I drive at home and I see the cows in the meadow. And one day I saw them and yeah, I have my inspiration.
The beef is served with caviar of aubergine and courgette, tapenade of mushrooms, pickled butternut squash, and emulsions of both artichoke and basil, and beef jus with lime.
It's just an inspiration from the nature, translated to a beautiful dish. For me, it's very important that you make it with my philosophy. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. See you later.
Okay. I'm a bit bewildered. There's so many ingredients to cook with, and it's very complex, very complex.
One of his biggest challenges will be making the barbecue onion jelly to form into the shape of barbed wire.
I'm bringing it to the boil with agar jelly, which I've never used before. I've got to make sure it all gets dissolved in without clumping. I'll be interested to see whether my jelly comes out on the plate.
The important thing is to make the barbed wire perfect in shape on the dish.
This is one of the trickier bits, I think. Well, the jelly seems to have set. The main thing is the beef, so I want to cook that perfectly. It's so hot that the baking trays warped. It's not as rare as I wanted it.
I think the meat is cooked too much.
Yeah.
I think he was nervous a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think the dressing is very nice. Good flavor, good on taste. The barbed wire, my compliments about that. Also the presentation, do it very good. The bad points are, of course, the cuisine of your meat. Timing is very important. You are a good cook. I help you and I bring you to a higher level.
I'm disappointed. I think he saw some elements of a good cook and someone who loves food in me. But that's no good to a head chef. He needs people that he can rely on and be quick, and I haven't shown him that yet, so there's lots to do.
You see him tasting, thinking, it's good. Service is another level. It must be good.
In London, if Tom wants the chance to cook in service, he will have to perfect Joselyn's steamed langoustine stuffed spinach ravioli, and a spicy consommé.
I feel under immense pressure. I mean, he's such an inspiring man. You know, you don't want to let yourself down and you don't want him thinking that you're incompetent.
Tom's first job is to prep the langoustine.
And the important thing is obviously to make sure the langoustines are cooked well, without any shell.
Next, he starts on the consommé. He blends the langoustine legs with chili, ginger and egg whites and adds to water.
The consommé, it's the balance of the flavor. If it's too much on one element, it's overpowerful and you lose the other elements. So it's very, the seasoning is very important for that.
As the egg white protein cooks, it should remove all the impurities so that the consommé is clear.
You're almost late for the next step. I think the most difficult is the thickness of the ravioli. For the only reason, if it's not thick enough, it's gonna broken when you cook it. And if it's too thick, it's just like a big, thick pasta. It's not, definitely not interesting.
The pasta is stuffed with a langoustine and tomato filling.
Now it's simple. Boom, 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 boom.
These are ready now. I've got to get on with the rest of it.
If you simplify, it's a soup. But there's so many complexity. How to dress it perfectly, perfect cooking, and to make sure that the guests will feel that there's a lot of work on this.
All the fingerprints you got on the side, I could see them.
Okay.
The presentation of the langoustine. You got one way a langoustine, another way the langoustine. In a 3-star restaurant, these kind of details are very important. That makes the difference.
Okay.
The seasoning is perfect. The langoustine, you get the moisture inside, and it's not overcooked. And the consommé is very nice. Huh? And the thickness of the ravioli is very good. The punchiness inside, very strong. It's perfect for the plate. Very, very nice. Just a few bits, which are important and make the difference. Okay?
Yeah.
So we'll see tomorrow?
Love to. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Thank you.
I think he's talented. The fingerprint is a mistake, so tomorrow there won't be any fingerprint on the plate.
Tomorrow's a massive day. The faults I had in my dish today, I can't afford to have them tomorrow because the food simply won't go out.
In Belgium, Joselyn will be making Chef Van Heck's Sole Colbert, a dish which has been on the menu for 30 years.
So I look forward to taste your dish.
Thank you
See
very
you in
much.
1 hour.
Okay. Oh, goodness. Looks so simple, but it's very complex. This is 3-star Michelin cooking. Yeah, I'm nervous. I really want to impress Chef.
She starts prepping the sole by removing the skin. For the dish to work, the fish needs to hold its shape when it's fried.
These are techniques I've never attempted or used before.
Her next job is to make the béarnaise sauce.
Never attempted a 1-star béarnaise, let alone a 3-star béarnaise. I'm worried about it burning. To that. Now, the fish. This is like the crucial part. If the fish isn't cooked perfectly, then the whole thing's ruined as well.
Now Joselyn has the delicate task of filleting the cooked fish.
Feels like I'm absolutely going to massacre this in a minute. It kind of looks similar, but it's all about the taste, isn't it? But hopefully the flavours are there.
Perfect. Really, it's amazing.
Really?
You did a good job.
Thank you.
I think your béarnaise is very good. The acidity is perfect. I like it, really.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, definitely. I'll be here.
It was good. It was perfect. Yes, you did very well.
I can't believe that. I wasn't expecting the chef to think that my food was perfect. I really, really hope that today wasn't a fluke.
These contestants have worked hard to prove themselves. But for amateurs, there is nothing as challenging as cooking during service in a 3-star kitchen.
For our 3 finalists, it's an absolute honour. They have to absolutely perform.
I've learned a lot. It's been a brilliant experience, but you know, this is the test now. This is where it could all go wrong.
In terms of reputation, there's a lot banking on today, and I just really want to make sure that chef's proud of me.
Sergio is very direct, and I can see that gets the most out of his chefs.
Kom plateaus, alsjeblieft naar hier toe komen.
I'm fully expecting him to tell me like it is, just like I was one of his full-time staff.
Twee zijn specials omdat het heel speciaal aparte mensen zijn.
Andrew has 3 orders for his dish. Zealand oyster smoked in hay with a champagne mousseline and hay infusion.
We have very important people for lunch.
Yeah.
I hope you do the job very well. You open some oysters, you can do that?
Yeah. The truth is, I'm rather nervous that I'm going to be preparing 3-star food, and the customers won't know unless it's wrong, and I don't want to get it wrong.
Andrew begins by prepping the hay infusion.
The oysters don't need to be open right at the start, so I'm just changing it a bit.
Which is made by simmering chicken stock and cream with smoked hay.
If the taste of the infusion is too much, it's kill the oyster, the taste of the oyster.
Yeah.
Next, he must make the second sauce, a champagne and egg yolk mousseline.
I've never made one before. It's scary.
The fire not too high, because then you have omelette, yeah.
I don't want to rush the thing, because if I rush it, it won't be perfect. I know that.
The guests are waiting, eh? The oysters are open already?
No, I'm going to open them now. Next.
Be careful, please. Come on. Be careful. It's not good, man. Have respect for the product, eh? I'm crying if I see this, eh? Andrew?
Yes?
Clean all those mess here.
Yeah.
And push.
Okay.
5 minutes, the guests are waiting.
Okay, I'm going.
Yeah,
okay.
come on. Do it.
Thanks.
And now you must push, eh? Because otherwise the oysters are cold, okay? Think and finish. Good, 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 good. That's good. Come on, you can do it. Your hay cream. Service.
Sorry about that. That wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough.
You do your best, man.
I know.
It's not easy. I know.
I know.
Huh?
It's not. No, it's not easy. It's not easy. But I could have done better. That's why I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed.
Well, it was exactly as the food I normally eat here. The oyster with the champagne and a little bit of truffle was really, really nice. The only thing that maybe it could have been a bit warmer. So the oyster was just a little bit cold.
I really enjoyed this and I really love oysters, so this is a really good combination of all the flavors together. But I agree it should be a little bit more warmer, then the tastes would be a lot better.
I think it was not easy for him today. You have a little bit of stress But yeah, I think he's a positive guy. He do his best and he do a good job. The taste was good.
It was very difficult, actually, yeah, very, very difficult indeed. I was so off the pace. It's to be expected, but it still annoys me that I am slow.
Et ça marche, Joselyn, 2 demi-deuil.
Yes, chef.
In Bruges, Shalina has 2 orders for the €90 starter of scallops with black truffle served on pomme puree, Savoy cabbage and a truffle jus.
I think this is quite an expensive dish, so I'll just hope I don't mess up, that's the main thing.
The scallop and truffle must be sliced to the exact millimetre before being delicately stacked and wrapped in a fine layer of pancetta.
We are going to put this in steam for 4 minutes.
While the scallops steam, Shalina has just 4 minutes to make a perfectly smooth pomme puree.
Put a lot of butter in it. It's not hot enough. A little bit more. 1 minute.
This is like probably the ultimate mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
So, Shalina, you can go, eh? It's okay. You have 2 sides, eh? The inside and the outside. Eh?
Right, so this is wrong as well then.
Perfect. Yeah, okay, perfect. Go.
Okay, service please. It's incredible how much precision goes into a place like this. The cabbage leaves, for example, I accidentally turned them the wrong way round.
It's really professionally presented and cooked, and so yes, I'm really impressed. It was marvelous.
It was simply brilliant. Thank you.
I think she is very motivated to do this job. She learned very, very fast. She was very good. I hope she wins.
It's incredible. I loved doing that just now. I really, really enjoyed myself. It's just a brilliant feeling in this kitchen.
Avec tout chestnut velouté to follow to Arctic shark.
In London, service is in full swing.
Ça marche, to cover à la carte, 1 chicken lobster, 1 langoustine to follow, 2 halibut. Oui, chef.
Tom is making Joselyn simmered halibut, served with celeriac teardrops, squid, and a jus marinière.
As soon as the fish goes in, I've got 4 minutes roughly to have all the other elements perfectly cooked in that time for it all to go out so that the fish doesn't dry out or overcook.
The worst thing is the cooking of the halibut. It could be overcooked.
I just want to have a look at the temperature of my fish. If you burn your lips, it's over already.
It's very strong fish and it's difficult. It's very difficult to cook.
How long to dress?
4 minutes.
Take care with your fish. Take care, it's fragile, no? It's broken over there, so we can't send that to the guest. One is good, one is broken.
I broke one of the fish, so obviously it can't go out. Wasn't being delicate enough, didn't have things close enough at hand, and that's what happens. So, my own fault. I've had to go to start again.
How long? 1 minute?
1 minute, tops.
Everywhere. Le condiment everywhere. Allez, you need to push. Bring on the pass. Yeah, you will clean over there. Allez. With the vinegar, you take out all the fingerprint and every single drop of things. Allez, go guys. C'est bon level, c'est bon level.
I'm disappointed. I damaged the fish, so it had to be started again. I managed to put it right. I mean, it went out of his kitchen, which means the chef was happy. So if the food's going out, then you know I'm happy and I'm doing my job. So yeah, really happy with that.
Just eaten halibut, beautiful presented, fantastically executed by a kitchen.
It was delicious, very light. Yeah, enjoyed it.
The cooking of the fish was perfect. Temperature inside, outside was perfect. This little accident for the fish, but he moved on and he was able to do 2 more portions, so that's no big issue. I think he gets a good future in this industry.
Far and away the highlight of my MasterChef experience. It's just been, you know, excellent. I couldn't have asked for any more out of these 2 days. I couldn't have learnt any more in the period of time, and I couldn't take any more from it. So, yeah, it's everything I wanted and more.
I'm feeling hugely inspired. It's made me think differently about the way I want to present food, what I want to do with my food. It's definitely up there, one of the best experiences of my life.
I've absolutely loved being in there. Just to see service and how they put such beautiful plates out so quickly is just such a buzz.
Obviously at this stage of the competition it's serious. Every time I cook from now until the end, it's massively important.
Now I'm in the final. It's all about delivering your best, cooked to perfection. It's absolutely vital that I get it right today.
It's just been incredible, and all the things that I'm learning is definitely going straight into my food now.
Welcome back. You have had an experience of an absolute lifetime. We want to see how you've been inspired. We now want to see the direction your food is taking. We want you to reach for the skies.
Exciting times. Your 2 dishes, 90 minutes. Impress us. Guys, let's cook. Fought their way to this stage of the competition. Now one of them has to fight their way to the front.
This is Clash of the Titans.
I've proved that I can cook. I think I've proved I've got the skills.
There's serious cookery skill here. There's a woman who knows what she's doing.
But for the finals, it's more about becoming a cook that's true to themselves.
Shalina, what are your 2 dishes?
My first dish, starter, is a spicy soft shell crab, an apple and lime compote, and a coriander chutney. My main is red snapper with green papaya, a rogai, which is like a Mauritian reduced tomato and chilli sauce, and a spinach cake.
What did you learn In a nutshell, what did you learn?
You've got to really love what you do. That's what I got from the chef. He loves everything he puts on the plate, and he wouldn't put it on there if he didn't love it.
That is cool, actually. That is really cool.
Shalina?
Yes?
How's it feel to be one of the final three?
It's incredible. It's like the best feeling ever. It's taken ages to sink in, and even when I sort of say it to myself, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. I'm chuffed to bits that I'm here, and I just want to keep on impressing, really.
Shalina, love what you're saying. I can't wait to see it on a plate.
She's starting to believe that the food that she loves, the food that she ate growing up, is good enough to turn into restaurant quality food. And for me, that's the epiphany.
There's always risks with cooking, particularly when you're using lots of spices. Soft-shell crab is a very delicate crab, and, you know, I'm putting lots of flavour into it. Both of these dishes just need to be perfect.
We're halfway. 45 minutes gone.
I want to continue experimenting. I want to continue being creative.
It's one of the most ambitious dishes here today, and it's very skillful.
I think it's a very, very good dish.
But I don't want that to be the detriment of the competition, obviously.
This, for me, is a classic example of somebody trying too hard.
When you put them all together, it just doesn't work for me.
For me, this is very much show John and Greg beautiful flavour combinations, but with restraint and things that work. And hopefully it'll be interesting and not too complicated.
You've got an incredible set of ingredients here. You've got chervil root, sorrel, black cabbage, lecithin, soy sauce, mirin, nashi pear, ingredients that necessarily may not go together. So, what are your two dishes?
My first dish is Phyllis zander with a zander pate and tempura crayfish with pickled daikon. My second dish is loin of venison with chocolate, beetroot and orange and a chervil root puree.
The Andrew I'm talking to now doesn't sound a lot different to the Andrew that went over to Holland, and neither do his dishes. How have you changed? How has the food changed?
My food is going to be colourful and simple, and the flavours are going to work together, and that's where I've gone wrong in the past.
Andrew, I feel like a crack has opened in the cloud and a ray of sunshine's come through.
Well, I hope you agree when it's cooked.
How does it feel to say I'm a MasterChef finalist?
It's a very strange thing, because before it's just been a long way off dream, and now to think that I could be joining that MasterChef Hall of Fame, that really fills me with pleasure.
Are you truly inspired today, Andrew?
Yes, and I hope it's going to show.
For Andrew, he has to prove that he has got flavour at the forefront of his mind, and it's not just about the appearance of his food.
I really want to see that he actually is paring it down and he is focusing on what is important in a dish. We've had an hour gone.
I think between now and the end of the competition, I need to show John and Greg that, as well as being creative and ambitious, that I can control that rather than, you know, pushing myself to do a lot of things.
Loads of work, but I can't quite understand what Tom's trying to create here. That looks like somebody's made a tart and dropped it.
I don't always pull everything off first time, and I've had a lot of mistakes, but I'm always striving to improve.
Tom, your two dishes today are?
I'm doing a fondue of duck eggs, black pudding and smoked bacon.
How do you make a fondue out of eggs? It's got to be melted cheese.
There is cheese in it, there's a little bit of parmesan, but it's cook the yolks to a certain temperature and they become very viscous, but also runny, so you can dip into like a fondue.
And your other courses?
I'm doing a fillet of turbot, mussels, like a classic butter marinara sauce with celeriac and fennel.
So your first dish is about creativity and technique, and your second dish is about technique and execution?
Yeah.
And do you think that is what you learned? That you learned the true building blocks of great cookery?
There was definitely a massive element of that. I literally got the best masterclass in my life. It was more the method of cooking that I learnt more than, you know, ideas. I've always had ideas, but I've sort of got the techniques to put the ideas onto a plate, so it was brilliant.
You're in the zone, son, aren't you?
Well, I could tell you the past 3 winners. I couldn't tell you the past 3 runners-up.
Good luck.
Thank you. The head chef at the Dorchester, the Holland Ducasse restaurant, was, you know, inspirational, and so is the food. I'm doing turbot. The most important thing is to look after the fish. If it's not cooked perfectly, then it doesn't matter what's on the rest of the plate.
His main course, which is poached turbot with mussels and a white wine sauce, absolutely fantastic. A complete classic, which means he's got nowhere to hide. Five minutes left.
Final 3 minutes.
Final 90 seconds, guys.
That's it. Stop.
Tom's first dish is duck egg fondue served in a potato cup with pancetta-wrapped black pudding, smoked bacon and a potato leaf.
It's knocking on the door of spectacular, Tom.
Thank you.
It's beautiful. Rich, creamy, almost irony, crispy potato, salty bacon and then earthy black pudding. It's lovely. It's absolutely lovely. Every single flavour defined, beautiful presentation. This is the stuff, mate. Maybe your best dish so far in the whole competition.
Thank you very much.
When a dish is as beautifully presented as your duck egg fondue, Tom, it has to deliver subtlety of flavour, but at the same time be quite addictive. And that's exactly what it is. It's clever cooking because it's small, it's precise, it's elegant, and it's near on perfect. And you should be a very, very proud man indeed. Really proud. I think that is exceptional.
His second dish is fillet of turbot on top of fennel strips and a celeriac puree, served with a butter mariniere sauce.
I think your dish is presented beautifully. It is elegant, and I think it's also understated because the flavours in there are bold and they are brave. But looking at that fish, to me, it doesn't look like it's been introduced to any heat at all. And it is still quite translucent. Is that the intention?
It shouldn't be like that, no. You know, I've got my timings wrong. It's simple as that.
If that piece of fish had been cooked well, it would have been wonderful. But that piece of fish has let the dish down.
I totally agree.
Bugger, Tom. Absolute bugger.
The flavours here are magnificent, but doing this fish in the water bath, I don't believe, is the best way of doing it. It's almost sashimi, this fish.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
What a shame.
I'm absolutely gutted I undercooked the fish. It was the most important thing. It's the thing I said before I went in. It's the one thing I need to do. I need to cook my fish perfectly. And I didn't do it, and, you know, that could have cost me the competition.
Andrew's first dish is a roast zander with a zander and nashi pear pate, tempura crayfish, slices of pickled daikon, and a sorrel and shiso mayonnaise.
I've got one small complaint, and that is the skin on your zander, which is soft and rubbery. And I don't want to eat soft, rubbery skin. I either want it crispy or I want it off.
Yeah.
That is my only complaint in an otherwise quite knockout dish. I mean, absolute knockout. The most subtle dish you've given us so far, and hallelujah.
It looks clean, crisp. It is drop-dead beautiful. Bloody fantastic. Like, really, really fantastic. Your pate with the nashi pear is just absolutely delightful and soft and rounded. That is proper cooking. Lots of ingredients, lots of hard work on a plate in a sophisticated manner. Andrew, I think it is absolutely stunning.
His second dish is chocolate-encrusted venison with chervil root puree, black cabbage, roast chestnuts and pickled beetroot, served with a beetroot and orange sauce.
I love you. Sweet, bitter, sharp, sour, rich. It's beautifully presented, it's beautifully cooked, and it's beautifully seasoned. You've got to do one thing though, son, and you've got to continue to deliver at this level, because now we know how good you can truly cook.
This is top-end, high-quality dining. This is perfect.
Andrew? Well done, bud.
Thank you.
Well done.
It felt like they were going to come and give me a cuddle and say, well done, you know, you've done it. Just wish that was the final.
Shalina's first dish is spicy soft-shell crab served with a tamarind sauce, a chili coriander chutney, and an apple, lime and aubergine compote.
It's a true Shalina creeper. It takes its time and it slowly evolves on your palate and it becomes something truly delicious. I love the texture of the soft-shell crab. I love the sweetness of your apple and then the sourness of your tamarind. And that chutney, rich with chili, is absolutely beautiful. Love the way it smells, love the way it tastes. Good on you.
It's great. I mean, it really is lovely. Soft compote, crispy bits of crab, lovely textures. You've got acidity, you've got warmth from spice, you've got a little bit of heat as well. It's true to you, it's highly original, and it's beautiful, and it tastes fantastic.
Thank you very much.
Her second dish is red snapper topped with deep-fried aubergine, served with green papaya chutney, rugai, spinach cake, and a lemongrass foam.
When you cook the food that you really love, the flavours and the sensations are completely individual to you, and that's why I love you as a cook. This is the food that I'm talking about from you. This is the food that makes me smile and at the same time quite emotional. In there and around there, the flavours are incredible. You start with really sweet, sticky tomato and then beautifully cooked fish and rich iron spinach and coriander seeds and cumin, just beautifully flavoured and beautifully cooked. You've come home. I'm really, really proud of you.
Thank you.
This is an innocent-looking plate of food, but it really packs a wallop. A serious, serious wallop. Fish is beautifully cooked, but the sweetness and the garlic and the heat I'm getting from that dish is quite sensational. Quite sensational. That's beautifully seasoned, beautifully spiced.
Thank you very much.
Really, really nice.
We wanted you to learn, we wanted you to pick up a few tricks, we wanted you to come back, we wanted you to impress us. And that's exactly what you've done. Thank you very much indeed. A real, real honour today.
Well done. Off you go, guys.
Well done, guys. Well done.
I'm really pleased for all three of them, but it doesn't make it any easier for us as judges to make a decision on who is going to be our champion.
Tom was a sous vide fish away from a Michelin star. Absolutely beautiful, brilliant flavour combinations, classic food, but he didn't cook his fish for long enough. On such things, reputations are won and lost. Tom, buck yourself up, mate. Your food is now brilliant. Don't let a mistake like that happen again.
I know where my food's going and I know what I can achieve. I just need to balance that with cooking my fish next time.
Andrew wanted to keep the complex techniques, the processes that he uses, but he wanted to simplify and harmonise the flavours. Well, he absolutely nailed it. I just fell in love with that today from Andrew. Sterling, sterling work.
It's going to be tough to match those kind of comments all the way through the final. We've got this still a long road to go.
Shalina absolutely blows me away when she cooks the food that she loves, and today she has promised herself from here on in this competition that is all she's going to do. Her spicing is incredible, her flavours are amazing. The way it just comes at you at waves and boom, it starts to explode in your mouth, and it just keeps on coming and coming and coming. Little layers of spice and chilli and all sorts of wonderful sour, bitter flavours. It is beautiful, beautiful food.
I love Shalina's flavours. No one can spice food like Shalina. I love it.
To get feedback from John and Greg today just has given me that little boost. I'm very happy today.
They've set the standard now. They've got to beat it.
What's next?
Next time, Tom, Andrew and Shalina cook the ultimate dinner. When their mentors return to see just how far they've come.
Just nail it, yeah?
It's been thoroughly awful so far.
We need to get it tidier than that. We might have to dress that one again.
This is cooking at its best.
For an amateur to execute at this level is actually phenomenal.
At the end, only one of them can be crowned champion.